Jain, who is a founder of SafePro Financial Service, a visionary leader who understands the financial and emotional costs of burnout in fast-paced environments. Then we have Dr. Mohita Srivastava, who's a neuroscientist, founder and CEO of Cognitome LLC, who will delve into the neurological aspects of burnout and how it impacts mental health. Then we have Mr. Daman Dhiman, who is head of operations of One Mission Media, known for his people first approach to leadership, which helps mitigate burnout across remote and hybrid teams. Next, we have Mr. Anjishnu Pramani, the senior project manager at Sonora, who has practical experience in managing teams and projects while addressing the challenges of work related stress. So, I'm really very thrilled to be hosting this session today with such a powerhouse of knowledge. Uh, so I think will delve into the questions. Uh, my first,
बोल से कुछ तो बहुत क्यूट है बहुत प्यारा है अच्छा तो यूज हो गया आपको क्या मैं
so since burnout has been a very silent epidemic for years and which has recently come to forefront because of the tragic headlines and burnout related deaths. So the pressure of working
एम्प्लॉय
for long
बर्नआउट एंड
hours
प्रोडक्टिविटी टॉपिक है
and having a very bloody work-life boundaries and balances, which has really affected employees over the years. And I think as a HR also, we have come out like we have experienced certain it's like evidences or examples where we have seen employee burning out over the years. So, I'll directly delve into the questions, and my first question will be to Mr. Vaiva. So, Mr. Vaiva, like, can you please tell us that what do you feel are the various reasons of burnout that leaders or managers should look out for in the first place?
I think, first of all, thank you, Ritika and Team Trace, for giving us this opportunity. Going to address the question direct, I think there can be various reasons. I mean, I'm an expert in finance, but not the behavioral part. But I think there are personal and professional reasons. But if one was to really look at the professional reasons, I think if there are unrealistic targets that are given to employees in terms of their performance, that can lead to burnout and stress. If there is any sort of lack of clarity in terms of their key responsibility areas, KRAs, that could be one thing. If the person who's been hired for a role and there is a mismatch between the skill set of the person and what he or she is actually required to be doing and performing in the organization, that is something that can lead to burnout or unproductivity. Having a lack of clarity in terms of what are the career growth prospects that an employee has in a particular organization, that could be one thing. Work timings could be another. So I think it could be a mix of all these things at the professional end, which could lead to, I mean, which could be various reasons for burnout. There can be many, but these are something that comes to my mind.
Thank you, Vaibhav, for answering the question. Second, I would like to address Dr. Mohita. So, Dr. Mohita, from a neuroscientific perspective, can you please tell us that what should managers be aware of when identifying burnout in their teams? Dr. Mohita, can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you all to give for giving me this opportunity and to speak on this topic. And I'm thrilled to be here, virtually present with all of you. See, from a neuroscientific perspective, burnout is a state of chronic stress and the stress response. So, burnout is usually seen associated with the disruption of your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which we call as HPA axis, leading to imbalances in the neuroendocrine hormones such as cortisol, adrenaline, etc. Moreover, our autonomic nervous system responses in terms of sympathetic nervous system overload leads to issues like generalized anxiety disorder, panic, phobia, social anxiety disorder, not only at the workplace but also at home. And all this can lead to physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion, thereby affecting the brain's structure and functionality with impairments in cognitive functioning and higher executive functions. To name a few, memory, focus, attention, decision making abilities, planning, and reasoning are some of the cognitive functions that are actually eventually affected among the working professionals, leading to reduced efficiency and productivity. So this all can affect one's energy level and overall well-being, thus impacting, performance and engagement at work. So managers should be aware of several key indicators and underlying mechanisms to identify and address burnout in their teams effectively. First and foremost is cognitive impairment. Employees experiencing burnout might struggle with concentration, memory, and planning, problem solving, and often encounters brain fog. So managers should look for signs of decreased performance or mistakes in work that previously were handled well. Second is your emotional indicators and behavioral changes. So burnout can lead to emotional exhaustion, irritability, detachment, and may display actually a very reduced professional efficacy. So managers should be attentive to shifts in mood or signs of apathy and disengagement. Keep an eye out for changes in work habits such as decreased productivity, frequent absences, or a noticeable lack of enthusiasm for work. Next in line is noticing physical symptoms, as the stress can manifest physically as well with symptoms like headaches, stomach issues, or frequent illnesses. So, managers noting such patterns might consider these as potential indicators of burnout. Another important point to notice is sleep patterns. Disturbed sleep is common in burnout, affecting overall cognitive and emotional functioning. So, regular check ins can reveal if team members are experiencing poor sleep quality. Besides, there are chances of social withdrawal, and employees may begin to isolate themselves, avoiding team interactions and collaboration, which can be an early warning sign of burnout. Last, environmental and organizational factors contributing to employees' burnout should be evaluated, such as high workload, lack of control, insufficient rewards, lack of community, absence of fairness and conflicting values, career stagnation, colleagues superseding, subjective performance appraisal. All this can contribute to burnout and eventually anxiety disorder. And we all know that anxiety indicates that something is not correct, either physically or emotionally, or we are feeling unsafe in the outer environment or within ourselves. So it becomes overwhelming with unpleasant, apprehensive thoughts, worry, and fear with bodily sensations, leading to debilitating psychological, behavioral, and emotional issues. So managers should consider these factors and assess why they might be affecting the team. Now, the question is how to address that issue. So, to address these issues, I would say that managers can foster a supportive work environment that balances workloads by respecting their time off, encourages regular breaks and vacations, promotes social support within the team, and provides access to mental health resources, stress management program, and possibly flexible working arrangements. Moreover, regular recognition and appreciation can also enhance motivation and help mitigate feeling of burnout. Therefore, I would say that identifying these signs early and taking proactive measures can help mitigate burnout and maintain team well-being and productivity.
Thank you, Moita. That was really very helpful and quite informative. So we'll next move to Daman. Daman, see, burnout manifests differently depending on the work environment. So, what are the key differences between burnout in remote workers versus in-office employees? And like how, as a leader, you should address these challenges?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for giving me this opportunity. And regarding the burnouts, first of all, I want to give a basic point of view on burnouts of employees. What I believe is that it all comes from a lack of clarity of the responsibilities, and then the second thing is if there is a poor scope of, which just leads to being, if the people working in the company a sense of directionless overall life, they are going to face burnouts in their life, right? And then coming to the question which you have asked, so talking about the remote workers, most of the time they feel isolations, they feel an autonomy, which just basically cut down the sense of support from the from the superiors, from the leaders. And then the thing is, when when the remote workers are working, they basically use methods like Slack, email, and then Zoom for the basic communication. So the thing is, leaders are not able to give the proper support which needs to be given to the workers, which is the remote workers. Talking about the in-office employees, there are some other aspects to that. For example, a lot of distractions, a lot of interruptions being, micromanaging the people in office works, and their rigid schedules and commuting, commuting to the offices. So these are the things which can basically burn out them because already they have responsibilities, already they have to meet deadlines, and in that, if there is so much pressure in that particular areas, they are gonna face burnouts. So that is the thing. And if we need to solve these things, we need to just make sure that first of all we we have set the right boundaries with the employees, so they are clear with the expectations they have. And the second thing is, we just need to be cut down this particular thing called like us being a boss. We need to be more of a mentor. We need to give them more of a mentorship kind of a leadership, in which we are just like solving minute behavioral things in a more like in a more soft nature. So that was like from my side.
Thank you, Daman. That was really helpful. And so next we'll move to Anjishnu. So Anjishnu, since you are a senior project manager, you have experience at a very large level. So can you please tell me that what strategies as a project manager you can have or you can apply to this, no, to eradicate burnout or to understand burnout? That if you can throw some light on this.
Okay. So am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay, thank you. So the first thing is thank you, Ritika and Team Trust, for allowing me the opportunity to speak here, and I'm really thrilled to be here. So the first thing is based on my 14 years of experience as an IT professional and from being a developer to a manager, like I've seen and then I had successfully reframed situations to reach to certain conclusions that I would like to present to the audience here. And it's like sharing my own experiences. So yes, I would agree with Vaibhav, Daman, and Mohita. So like some of the key signs to watch for are like the declining work quality and the productivity, and then you'll see increased absenteeism, lateness. You'll see emotional exhaustion that would indicate burnout. You'd see decreased job satisfaction and motivation, and then these are the certain things that you would watch out for. So as leaders, what we can do is first thing is like we can conduct regular check-ins. So let's say schedule one-on-one meetings to discuss the workload challenges and the well-being. Like what I usually do, for instance, is I occasionally join members on calls for casual conversations, and I talk with them about how their lives are going. We share a little bit of the company's vision, and we discuss like how it could, fit with their and our personal growths. Okay, because I believe a little shared conversations would help the members feel more comfortable around leaders, which would reduce the stress. Okay, and like Daman said, if you can be a good coach and you become a respected guide and a close associate, and you become someone who discusses with them about the well-being, life's challenges, and solutions. Okay, and that makes them feel at ease. So that's one thing that we can do is we can conduct regular check-ins. Okay, and the second thing that I would say is we could encourage the employees to take breaks, to take time off, and then it's important to assess the workload, evaluate the task distribution, and provide support if certain team members feel overwhelmed. Okay, and then empower them to take decisions. Okay, so if we could allow team members a level of autonomy in how they take decisions and execute tasks, that would foster ownership and reduces micromanagement, and that reduces the stress as well. And so open communication is very important. Okay, so basically, for example, as leaders, if we can avoid comparisons with others, okay, we can assist preventing burnout. Okay, and like it doesn't make employees feel good when we make comparisons, and that causes burnout. Okay, so in that case, like we can discuss one-on-one in a more subtle, encouraging manner without making comparisons, and they would feel at ease. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So a few days ago, perhaps it was a month back, I had one of my friends sending me a WhatsApp. Okay, and he said that my manager like said in front of all, even the juniors, and he was making comparisons. And while my friend appreciated the feedback, he was slightly feeling exhausted. Okay, so that's a sign to watch out for. Okay, and so I would rather say let's we should discuss one-on-one of any specific issues that relates to performance and certain things without making comparisons. That's one thing. And the two other things that I would say is recognize and reward their efforts. So acknowledge their contributions and celebrate even the smallest wins to keep their morale high, especially in the high stress periods. Okay, so if there's more workload, and even if there's regular work, acknowledge the team contributions and celebrate the smallest wins. Okay, so that boosts their morale and prevents burnout. Okay, so I guess that's very important. And the last thing I'd say is when we are making calls, it should be of right duration. Okay, so from the standpoint of project management, what happens is we keep everyone on the line, and we extend calls even if they are not needed. Okay, so long calls, video conferencing, long video conferencing is somewhat overtaxing our brain. So I would say take short calls and take short breaks between the meetings. So that would reduce the stress. Yeah.
Thank you, Anjishnu. I really I totally agree with you that providing adequate support and resources is very essential for helping employees to recover and remain committed to their work. That is really important. So next, I'll be moving to Vaibhav again. So, as we all know, that burnout not only hampers our individual productivity or well-being, it also has an immense effect on the overall business performance or organization. So, Vaibhav, I would like to know that how does burnout affect the business performance, and how, as a company, we can measure its impact?
So, see, the first impact that probably would go out would be, if there is a burnout in employees, would have a direct impact on unhappy clients, and that would directly lead to loss of business. So that part is measurable. What is not measurable is that when there is a burnout and there is productivity at a low in terms of one employee or many employees, it can it can lead to increased time commitments of the owner in operational issues rather than focusing on the execution of growth strategies in a business. So that is something which is not measurable, but has a very large and a profound impact. I mean, that is something even I would not be able to measure. But yes, increased time commitments from owners is definitely one impact. Then, of course, if there is low productivity, it also limits the growth prospects of the employee in terms of the requisite ROI or growth, which does not get achieved, which may impact performance appraisals, and it can also lead to unhealthy interpersonal equations between team members, team manager and subordinates. Then that also further impacts larger productivity of people involved. So I think overall it does have measurable and unmeasurable impacts on business. Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, next, I have my question directed towards Dr. Mohita. So, which, like in this discussion of burnout, the role of mental health usually comes up. Okay, so so what type of mental health programs should be there to address burnout in employees?
Yeah. See, several mental health programs have shown success in addressing the burnout, often incorporating elements that help individuals manage stress, enhance well being, build resilience, and improve cognitive functioning. So, I will discuss here some effective types of the mental health programs that normally working professionals should take. First of all, the most important one are like mindfulness based programs. As we all know that these programs often include practices like meditation, yoga, mindfulness based exercises, and these mindfulness based programs actually helps individuals to become more aware of and manage their stress responses. Besides, programs like mindfulness based stress MBSR, which called a stress reduction program, have been effective in reducing symptoms of burnout. Even at Cognitome, we also offer various neuroscientific evidence based mindfulness based practices to elevate stress, anxiety, and depression and improving overall cognitive health and productivity and quality of life. Next is various cognitive training programs, such as one is our Cognitome program. This program actually aims on focus on neuroplasticity and provides cognitive control and executive function enhancement, cognitive skills training, cognitive rehabilitation, and personal and professional growth. So we all know that all the cognitive training programs acknowledges the brain's remarkable ability to rewire itself, opening avenues for learning new skills and breaking free from the limiting patterns of thinking. So one should go for the cognitive training programs as well. Another one is like talk therapies, like counseling and CBT, that focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns and behaviors. These therapies can be effective in helping individuals reframe their thoughts and challenging situations and manage stress better, thus reducing the burnout. Then next is resilience training programs that are designed to build personal resilience and help individuals better cope with stress and adversity. These can include workshops or courses that teach stress management techniques, communication skills, and emotional regulation strategies. And employee assistance program, EAPs, which we call otherwise, many organizations offer EAPs that provide employees with access to counseling and mental health support services. These programs offer confidential resources for managing work related stress and personal issues that might contribute to burnout. Besides workplace wellness and work life balance initiatives, these are the programs that promote healthy work life balance, such as flexible working hours, health and wellness workshops, nutritional guidance, mental health workshops, physical fitness activities, which all elevate stress and prevent burnout. In fact, flexible work arrangement programs allows for flexible working hours or remote work, can help employees manage their workload and reduce stress, contributing to lower burnout rates. Besides, there are comprehensive wellness programs that can enhance overall employee well-being and reduce burnout. In fact, we also provide customized organization relevant program, which is called as CORP, which is a unique combination of techniques and methodologies aimed to guide professionals to manage productivity and control sleep, stressors, anxiety, cognitive problems, burnout, emotional outburst. The main goal is to improve overall well-being, creativity, cognitive skills, working efficiency, reduced absenteeism, and enhanced productivity of the working professionals. So, next is your peer support groups, creating support groups where employees can share experiences and coping strategies, can provide emotional support, and reduce feelings of isolation and burnout. And at last but not the least, psychoeducational workshops. Educating employees about stress, burnout, self-care strategies empowers them to to take proactive steps in managing their mental health. Even at Cognitome, we also offer educational workshop awareness sessions for all. So implementing all these types of programs requires a comprehensive approach tailored to specific needs of an organization and its employees. And we all know that success often depends on consistent support from the leadership, open communication, and regular evaluation of program effectiveness. So, encouraging participation and creating a supportive culture are crucial for maximizing effectiveness of any program and in preventing and addressing the burnout.
Thank you, Mohita. I can see question coming up. I'll take it in the second part of the webinar. There will be a question answer session. We'll definitely address this. So, Daman, I'll move to you. Like as an individual, how can we prioritize self care? We are all busy nowadays. So, what we can do or what strategies we can follow so that we can have a very work life balance and prioritize self care. So, what works for you? Can you please share that to all of us?
So for that, I have 5 things which I use myself, and I think like it will also help the other people to manage their work life. So first of all, we need to have the clear boundaries, clear work hours, so that we know like okay, this is the kind of work we need to get done. We need to make sure that we have a particular priority list for us. So to make sure that our task management is on point, because if we know okay like this is the work I need to get done in today, and these are the particular timings which I have to make sure to give each and every task. So basically it gives us the clarity which we always need to make sure like okay, things will fit on in its place. The second thing is always take regular breaks, regular break intervals, like okay, 30 minutes breaks, 1 hour break. And even like if you, for example, push yourself for a couple of days and so on, take 1 or 2 day break in the weekend. So the thing is, when you are already caught up with so many ideas, so much of your things which you are working on, that break will just help you to keep to clear out things and give you a new kind of perspective to think on, to move forward with your work. The third thing which I use, which can also help, is to use some tools and softwares which can basically help you for your time management. For example, some time trackers. You can also use some tools like a Notion, ClickUp, for your overall task management. So you are able to get the things done which you have listed down. And the last thing which I suggest to do is spend time with your family, talk with your friends whenever you feel stressed, and basically like it gives you a very good amount of relief when you're all like caught up with the work and all. So that is from my side.
Thank you, Daman. Like I also agree with you. We can definitely go for a hybrid mode that creates a work-life balance. So that is a very good strategy that we can adopt on an individual level. So there are certain misconceptions about burnouts, which makes it very hard to address. So Anjishna, I would like to know that what are the common misconceptions that organization or individuals might have.
Common misconceptions, like to be honest, like it is very much subjective. Each individual, burnout plays a very different role. For example, like for some certain people, some people feel burnouts very differently, and some people feel burnouts in a very different concept. So the the thing is, like we can only address these kind of misconceptions is by having a proper clarity of expectations of what we need to get this done. When the employer and the employee have a clear understanding of this is what we need to extract from this, and the employee have a clear understanding of, okay, this is what value I need to put in the workplace. So it will just like help us to clear us all of the misconceptions that we have. For example, if we have assigned a task to someone, and then that particular and we have given all of the clarity which needs to be given to get the work done, and that employee is just like telling us that, okay, like I'm not feeling to work today, I'm just not feeling to do this. And if there is no reasoning behind that, so I think like that is like something where we needs to be much uh, conscious and proactive, like to find out what is the concern behind that. Because then if we consider that these particular behaviors, these particular attitudes towards employee burnouts, so that basically is not measurable, and it becomes irrelevant for us to find solutions to it. So that is what I think.
Thank you,
Exactly,
Daman.
Daman. And one more thing, Ritika. So, one more common misunderstanding or misconception, I think, would be uh, many organizations believe that more hours equals more productivity. So, many believe that working longer hours increases productivity. However, we have seen this, and in fact, studies also show that prolonged hours can actually reduce the quality of work, and that leads to more mistakes and turnover in the long run, which actually, you know, reduces the productivity and increases burnout. Okay. So I guess that's another key thing to watch out for. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anjishnu, for adding up this point. Next, I'll move to Weber. Weber, what do you think as an organization should do to prevent burnout from becoming such a widespread issue? What are the strategies an organization can take up for employment, like employee well-being?
Okay. So I think first there has to be a very progressive culture, and something I've come across through one of my coaches is called a win-win strategy, a win-win-win strategy, where the client wins, the organization wins, and the employee wins. So if we as a, I mean, it's each to his own. If a company has the intent to take care of all the three critical stakeholders, which is the client, the organization itself, and the team, which is an integral part also. I think if all three are taken care of, it's something that automatically takes care of burnout. There's no burnout at any level for that matter. I think if there's a regular review and feedback mechanism given to employees to track their performance and get them in line with the goals of the organization, I think that helps in a better course correction. Having a well-defined performance appraisal system, which has already led to a holistic growth. Like I said, for the client, if a client makes money, if he feels that I have made money, or whatever I have paid for, I have got value in return. The organization ends up having a profitable growth. If the organization is having a profitable and consistent growth, it can obviously has the financial muscle to take care of itself and the employees. So I think it's a culture that the owner wishes to imbibe in the company. And of course, having a very fair, transparent way of rewarding employees and taking care of career growth prospects. And wherever an employee is digressing, a feedback mechanism which can help them get them back on track. I think if these things are taken care of, I think there should be no burnouts.
Thank you. However, I would like to ask the last question to Dr. Mohita. So, Mohita, can you please tell us that what are the some of like effective stress management techniques and mindfulness practices to combat burnout?
Yeah, see, to combat burnout, incorporating effective stress management techniques and mindfulness practices can be highly beneficial. So let's delve first into the mindfulness based practices to combat the burnout. What are these? First is mindfulness meditation, which is actually practice focusing on the present moment without any judgment, awareness about the present moment, and without any apprehensive thoughts or anything, without any judgment. This can help reduce stress by calming the mind and increasing awareness of your thoughts and feelings at the present moment. Next is like deep breathing exercises, which we otherwise call as pranayam. And there are multiple techniques like box breathing, diaphragmatic breathing can quickly reduce stress by activating the body's relaxation response. In fact, box breathing is very effective, I must tell you. Then progressive muscle relaxation techniques, which involves tensing and then slowly releasing each muscle group in the body, which can help elevate physical tension associated with the stress like pain and headache. This actually, if you do this PMSR, this is very, very helpful. Then yoga or Tai Chi, combining physical postures, breathing exercises, and meditation, along with yoga or hand-based movements and gestures, can improve physical flexibility, strength, and mental clarity, which we as a neuroscientist call as the cognitive flexibility, and increases your inhibitory control, which in a mental health perspective you can say, or impulse control, you can say emotional intelligence, and that all helps to elevate stress. These practices combine physical movement with breath and mindfulness approach, promoting overall relaxation and a mental clarity, or improving the cognitive flexibility and reducing the reactivity. Then mindful walking is one of the thing. That is, engage in walks where you focus on your surroundings, the sensation in your body, especially feet, barefoot walking on green grass and dew. This is one of the very important mindful walking strategy that helps to elevate stress and helps in grounding. Then next is journaling. Writing about your thoughts and feeling can help process emotions, reduce stress, and provide personal insights rather than just going to everyone and discuss. It's very important to reflect within yourself also what is happening, what are the feelings and thoughts that you are suppressing and what you want to express. So journaling is one thing which can help in that. Practicing gratitude by regularly identifying and acknowledging things that you're grateful for, that can shift focus from stressors to the positive aspects of life, which is very important. Then digital detox. Take breaks from screens and social media to reduce information overload and allow yourself to focus on the present, nature, and your own self. Now, moving to the effective strategies to elevate stress and burnout. First and foremost, I would say that, prioritize and delegate the task. Identify your most important task and focus on those. Delegate whenever possible to lighten your workload. Not like that, I just want to finish it. I want to be perfectionist and I want to do it. No, delegate it. Moreover, effective time management skills by setting realistic deadlines and taking regular breaks can also prevent overwhelming stress and burnout. Taking regular breaks. This is one of the very important method, Pomodoro's method, which we call as a Pomodoro techniques. Take short regular breaks throughout the day to recharge. In Pomodoro technique, what happens? You work for 25 minutes and then take a 5 to 7 minutes break, and during that time you can just sit, relax, listen to music, talk to your dear one, just have a green tea, coffee, or just walk. So Pomodoro method is one such effective approach that can be incorporated to reduce stress and burnout. Then undergoing cognitive training programs, which is very, very important, because uh, it's your cognition or cognitive function and executive functions that are very important for any working professional. Your bread and butter is alive because of your cognitive skills. your attention, focus, memory, decision making skills, reasoning, planning, everything. That helps to give you bread and butter, whether it's in terms of business or whether in terms of job. So, undergoing cognitive training programs improve overall well being, creativity, generating new ideas, your cognitive skills, executive functioning, work efficiency, and enhanced productivity of the employees. Then physical exercise, of course, is very important. We all know that regular physical activities such as walking, running, dancing, swimming releases endorphins and serotonin that can improve, and dopamine, of course, that can improve mood and reduce stress. Then engage in hobbies. This is very, very important. Spend time doing things you enjoy to recharge and bring joy into your life by learning new skills, languages, musical instrument, art, writing, or any sport. That will help to channelize your stress and burnout towards creativity, and makes one feel motivated and proud of their skills, thereby reducing depressive thoughts, anxiety, and hence burnout. Now, setting boundaries is very important also. Learn to say no, and setting limits on workload and responsibilities can help maintain a healthy work life balance. And stay hydrated and try to avoid cats. Cats means caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, sugar, which are anxiety enhancing. Because I often believe that a crust eaten in peace is better than a banquet partaken in anxiety. So, and be humorous and have a little fun with others and yourself at work, because no one likes grumpy looks, not even you. And extend a helping hand to others at times of need and improve your self-worth. Avoid triangling, meaning gossiping about and criticizing a third person. Rather, resolve it by communicating the facts with the concerned person. Seeking social support, engaging with friends, family, or support groups can also provide emotional support and reduces your feeling of isolation. At last but not the least, it's very important to praise yourself by grooming, rewarding, and appreciating, your efforts, because ultimately it's your sound cognitive and mental health that matters to the organization as well as to you beyond anything else. Therefore, I would say that, incorporating these practices into your daily routines can significantly help manage stress and combat burnout. They can be adapted to fit personal preferences and lifestyle.
Thank you, Mohita. That was really great from your part. That these are some of the measures that we can definitely take on an individual level. So I can see that we have questions coming up. The first question I would like to ask Vaibhav, someone has asked that how to foster productivity for business development team because people don't feel motivated for fulfilling targets. So Vaibhav, can you please shed light on this?
Sorry, it's a fairly big question. If you could just go
Yeah, sure. Like how to foster productivity for business development team because people don't feel motivated for fulfilling targets.
So one is there needs to be a connection between the employees need to really feel a connection. That what is the larger mission or vision that the company has, and are the employees aligned, and do they have a buy-in to the mission with which the company is being run? If there is being a wealth management company, we are very clear that we want to create happy families. We want to create families where the financial well-being, uh, their current and their future well-being is being thought about, and they are being advised to invest their hard-earned money in that manner. Now, if that is a mission that I am on fulfilling, and my team has complete alignment to that, why would there not be why would they not be motivated if we are doing good, and in return we're feeling good about what we're doing? Why would the team not be motivated? So I think the first and the key parameter is, do they feel connected to the vision and mission of the company? I think if that is done, then the battle is to a large extent won.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you so much. My second question is for Anjishnu. Anjishnu, someone has asked, encouraging employees on their passions and their hobbies, and then organizing in-office events more often and encouraging them as participants. Do you really feel that this can reduce burnout and increase bond between the employer and the employee?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, of course. That's what I've been telling about the different programs, work to maintain the work-life balance and, cognitive training program, psychoeducational workshops. All these things create awareness as well as the bonding within the team. And this definitely works to reduce the burnout and the stress. I would second that.
Yes, and always know your employees, know your team, and try to promote their passion and their interests. So
Yeah.
that is the key thing. And then for uh, social interactions, so we have remote workers and we have in-office employees. So what happens typically is remote employees could often experience a social isolation
Yes.
because they would miss out on spontaneous interactions found in a physical office. Okay, so for in-office employees, we can create certain zones or we can conduct events that reduces the stress and increases this spontaneous interactions. And for remote workers, what we can do is, as leaders, perhaps we can facilitate regular virtual social events and encourage them to check in frequently for those events. Yeah,
In fact, giving them timely reward and recognition also motivates
exactly,
them.
exactly,
And
exactly.
a little sense of control and autonomy to them. I mean, that imbibes confidence in them rather than you being the controller. Just give them the free hand so that they feel motivated enough and it helps to reduce the burnout.
Very well said, Dr. Mohita. I would take up the last question today, which I would like to ask Daman, like how can we create a stress-free business development framework where employees can feel free and encouraged to work in a good ambience or environmental, an organization environment. Daman, like, would you like to share something with us?
All right. So I have some few points on this. So that how can we create a stress-free business development framework? In which first of all, the thing is you need to have your clear goals and objectives. First of all, you need to know like okay, what we want to achieve. So that how does it help? It basically gives you a clear direction like what are the milestones which we what we need to achieve, what the goals. And the second thing is create a business development plan so that you know a particular roadmap. This is how the basic how the achievement of the goals and objectives are going to be. And then the third is create some sort of strategies accordingly, and then empower your team with the right resources, whatever is required for to get the things done. Prepare it and provide it to the team, and always make sure to create a kind of boundaries to make boundaries on the day-to-day level. For example, okay, these are the particular dependencies, these are the particular prerequisites which needs to get done on this particular day. And then, okay, once it will get done, the dependency of the day is finished. And on the second day, the next batch of the dependency will be fulfilled. So the thing is, when we have a particular goal and we break down it to the shortest term, we will get to know that how we have to operate on a daily basis, which will also help the employees, the team, to have a very good amount of clarity and to know, okay, like these are the things which we need to get done on a daily basis. And also, if we just like be a little bit more transparent to them and show them the whole plan, give them the clarity that okay, this is how we are going to proceed. It will help them to have a level of forecasting in their head, so they will be also like prepared for the week and the coming days. And then you need to learn that how to make decisions on the basis of data, like to create a certain relevant reports out of the execution, and then needs to keep on refining the framework with the help of the those reports. So that was from my side.
Thank you, Daman. But unfortunately, we are running short of time, so I would have loved to take up questions today. But no matter, like, please keep pouring questions on our TeamTrust LinkedIn page, and we would surely love to answer those questions. So
Thank you.
let's conclude today's session. And as an HR person, I would say that employee burnout is a really serious cause which can have long-term effects on both individual and organization. But by taking up like proper measures and strategies and identifying the cause of burnout in the first level, organization can support their employees and they can create a very healthy workplace. Like as Dr. Multa said, as Anjishnu said, that managing work-life balance, promoting a healthy environment or a friendly environment, and like providing the required resource at the time when an organization feels that employees are burnout, investing in employee well-being. I think these are some of the steps which we can take as an organization and help this burnout to eradicate. So thank you so much to everyone present here, this amazing panelists, for your valuable insights. And with the right strategies, we are very confident that we can combat it and foster healthier and more resilient workplaces. So thank you everyone who joined us today, and let's continue this conversation and ensure that we all create a very healthy environment where employees can thrive, just not survive. So thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Ritika, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.